Okay, hello everyone. This is SIG Scheduling meeting on August 25th. We don't have much on our agenda. I would like to just briefly repeat what we discussed on the last meeting on the North America time zone. So let me share. So if you have any other items to discuss, please always add them to the agenda so that we know upfront. But yeah, let's move on with the item that I added. So as in previous releases, the SIG scheduling will be constrained with the reviewing capacity. This is the one of the main bottleneck that we have, that we observe. So it's not a problem regarding the development capacity. There are many contributors, but the bottleneck is reviewing capacity. So our planning has to be also driven by how much we can review to keep the scheduler quality at expected level. And as before, the main topic on our agenda is workload hour scheduling. This is our top priority. We believe that it moves the scheduling forward and may change how people use scheduling of workloads. So the most important thing that we believe should happen is reflected as P0, which is task beta graduation. This is a feature which is mostly ready. It was ready for 137, but we haven't found the time to review it. So that's why it comes with the highest priority in this cycle. But other things like CPG, composite podgroups, beta graduation is also important, although we have much more work left to be done here. So that's why it's a P1. We believe that we should be ready with beta graduation for this release, but this is not as certain as in case of TAS. We also have Q and VAS integration. There is a development of simulation library. It not directly tracked under 148 timeline because the simulation library is not in our core repository. But it will definitely consume the reviewer capacity. So this is an important effort, and it's also on the list here. Other than that, we identified a few performance gaps which may block VAS API graduation to GA. So even though the graduation itself is a very important goal because it allows to use the API by default by cloud providers. On the other hand, we have to assure that the performance is an expected level to call the feature GA. So there is some uncertainty what else is missing, and we have a lot of doubts whether we can make GA, so it's P2. So it's very likely that it won't happen. Regarding non-VAS features, there should be a follow-up on in-place pod resize feature implementation. The feature should go to beta. Other than that, we have the question here whether the fast track host scoped pod affinity will be continued, but it would make sense to enable it to beta and enable it by default. The feature was supposed to be beta in last release, but we downgraded it to alpha in last release. Pre-queuing hints, the array, it's a similar story. We believe it should go to beta. And opportunistic batching. This is a feature which should give a great performance gains. So it makes sense to enable support for more use cases. So the idea is to continue working on improvements to rescoring. We need to figure out whether it makes sense, but maybe we could also add support for pod affinity in a special case when the pod affinity is host scoped. So it's similar to the fast track host scoped pod affinity idea. Maybe it can be applied also to opportunistic batching. And it would be nice to also support topology spread, which is enabled by default. This is something that typically blocks use of opportunistic batching. So it would be nice to get rid of this restriction. We also have some performance problems in scheduler in very large clusters. And we observe scheduler reservation issue. So it is also worth to having a closer look into what is exactly blocking and figure out. There is one candidate feature that may enable or reduce the likelihood of scheduler starvation happening. So we will take closer look into it. And pretty unlikely, but we are also looking into async API support, which is currently disabled by default. And we are thinking whether we can enable it by default. Historically, it was causing a few problems, so this haven't happened. We'll see. Definitely, it's not on the high priority list. Regarding the array, there should be some changes. Most of them are those GA graduations and not allocatable resources should graduate to beta. There should be some work on the scheduler side regarding the review. Other features we hope to to be mainly driven on the DRA side with our review and approval. So this is mostly a copy from the DRA cap planning. We may need to do some time boxing regarding the reviewer capacity for those features, like in previous release. So no big change here. But there are two features that we probably would be better to take out of scope. This is the DRA preemption, and there's a claim support. DRA preemption requires adding support for stateful plugins to scheduler. So this is a bigger change. We need to discuss first how to do it, and this is probably what will happen in 138, but implementation probably won't happen in this release. So this document describes the planning and priorities. This is still work in progress. So we will probably have some adjustments following the feedback from people, and there are several features like the candidates which we may want to take in scope, but that probably means that we need to remove something else to make it happen, simply because we have limited capacity. Yeah, we will see how many approvers we will have, because some people may become approvers. Some may not be able to take part in the code freeze reviewing. So yeah, we'll see. Any comments regarding this plan, Roman?
Yeah, not regarding the plan itself, but I wanted to say that last time in the previous meeting you mentioned that that anyone with available capacity would probably would be more helpful with doing first reviews and helping with the P0s and P1s before moving on to P2s and P3s. So maybe we can find a way to mark those PRs that are related to the actual plan, because I looked in the past few days in the SIG for the SIG scheduling PRs in the repo, and there are so many of those. Part of them are completely not related to the plan. So marking those important PRs to help the first reviewers find them more easily would be great. I think that last time you had some dashboard, but I didn't follow it, Dominic.
Yeah, there was the dashboard. I think we should have a similar one. But what you said, like putting a label on
Yeah.
PRs.
That would be enough if, if for example, you and other
Yeah.
reviewers, if you just put a label like P0, then it immediately marks the PR as an important one for the release. Then we can also prioritize it.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We have a pending item to discuss how to set up this process, but let's.
Yeah, actually, label is even easier than a dashboard because we can see it right away.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Definitely, we need some dashboard in which it is clear that PR is taken under review or waiting for a reviewer. Thanks for that. Yeah, definitely we want to grow the number of reviewers as this is the bottleneck. So if anyone plans to engage in SIG scheduling, then that's a even better way of doing than contributing with new PRs.
Yeah.
Okay,
Personally, Dominic, I'll be happy to help. If you see any PR that I can do a first review for, then I'm here and available if needed.
Okay, great. Thanks. Of course, the PRs as authors also count if anyone wants to become a reviewer. Both PRs reviewed and the PRs that someone authored counts toward the requirements for becoming a reviewer. So I think, Roman, in your case, you already have several contributions. So adding reviews, yeah, should allow us to mark you as a reviewer. Okay. Anything else? Okay. So this meeting was meant to be long. So okay, there's one more question.
Yeah, thank you for the update. I have a questions. It's not related to the Lily stuff, but just want to ask about the plan. I think like last time when I joined their summit at their Google, they said that they're thinking to have merging their auto scaling into the schedulings. Is it still in plan, or like what is the current status of that one?
So this is still a plan. Pavel, do you want to comment on it?
Yeah, I think there is a point on the document with scheduler driven auto scaling. So we have like a regular weekly meeting under the SIG auto scaling group where we are discussing this integration of auto scaling into scheduler. So there is a progress on this discussion, but there is no like final proposal when it comes to the actual implementation. So the discussion is happening, but when it comes to 138, there is no like any concrete proposal what we would like to do. So if you want to like contribute to this discussion, or you want to have like an idea what is the status of this discussion, I would encourage you to attend the scheduler-driven autoscaling weekly meeting.
Yeah, I would love to. I mean, I actually just created one issue on the auto scaling. My goal is to have like multi-dimensional auto scaler, and I just wonder like how that's gonna be fit into this scenario. Like as soon as long as much as I know is that only horizontal is considered as auto scaling for the Kubernetes for now. Yeah, so I just wondered about the status of this one versus their vertical scaling and their multi-dimensional scaling as well, like how it's going to be fit in here.
So are you talking about like node autoscaling or workload autoscaling? Because multi-dimensional autoscaling, I think it was usually referred to like the integration of vertical and horizontal autoscaling.
Yeah.
Okay, so like the scheduler-driven autoscaling is about node autoscaling. So provision, adding additional capacity to cluster when required, and like horizontal and vertical autoscaling is something that should still be like driven by separate controllers, and as far as I know, there is no plan to integrate those in the scheduler itself.
I see. Thank you so much. Yeah, that's very clear.
Okay, thank you. So if there are no other comments, I think we can wrap up. So thank you for everyone for attending, and have a nice day. Bye.
Bye-bye.